All right, they just about got the field assembled here. It's going to be Michael Basham on the pole in that 35 with Jake Wills. I just mentioned he won the Halloween event here in the 13. Jake Wills on the outside of row 1. Got Noah Allison in the 24A and Artie B. Ware in the 38. Row 3, you got the 68, Paul Harlich, the 05, Daniel Durrett. Row 4, Ronnie Basham the 3rd in the 86. And scheduled to start was the 18, Brad Stifler, but I believe he is possibly, yeah, he is out there, the 18. Wasn't sure if he was going to make it after that short track race. But you got the 34, Chase Adams, in the 59 of Carter Cook. Next row, the 45, we've seen him win the short track race, John Lister. In the 89 of Josh Sage. Then you got the 40, Jerry Payne, in the 28 of Kyle Lefevre. The 06 of Todd Harrison, in the 10M, Devin McKinsley. Got the 24, James Micasell, and the 41, Tyler Payne. 29, Gage Dunn, the 31, Johnny Miller. The 619, Garrett Roby, and the 46, Donnie Woodard. And the 181, Caitlin St. Clair, and the 357, Chris Hagan Jr. And also a late arrival, looks like in the 14, Ricky Puckett has arrived at the track just in time. All right, we got 2 more laps to go here till we turn them green. Let's get on our feet here, fans, and wave at your driver, wave at your favorite driver, wave at all of them for coming out here, putting on a show for you here tonight. 100 laps, these guys are going to put it on the line here for you. These guys put on a heck of a show last year. Here they go. They're going to do it again. They got a large field here. Wave at your favorite driver, wave at the driver you don't like, wave at any driver out there. You got to appreciate them coming out here and putting it out on the line here on this half-mile Salem Speedway. As the intensity picks up here, large field, as I say, things could get pretty tricky early on here as everybody battles for position for this start. So we're going to look for the 1 to go this time around. All right, as they come down the backstretch, you see the Eddie Gilstrap pace truck picking up the pace. He's going to drop off onto the PNC Bank pit road. The car's picking it up, looking for a good start. And the green flag wave. Your early leader. There's Noah Allison on the inside, Jake Wells on the outside, down the backstretch. into turns 3 and 4. Coming around now to complete lap number 1 out of 100. It's Michael Basham setting the early pace. Jake Wells now settles into second. There's Artie Ware third, Noah Allison fourth, and Daniel Dirk fifth. Top 5. Completing lap number 2, Michael Basham in the 35, looking good out there. Actually trying to pull away just a little bit. Jake Wells second, Artie Ware third there, looking for a way around Jake in the early part of this event. A good, safe start early on here. Everybody keeping it on the track. Your leaders now coming out of 4, getting ready to complete lap number 4. Michael Basham right there, but there's Artie Ware now up in the second. He's right behind your leader. Artie Ware at 38, looking strong early on, as he's right up behind the 35, coming out of 4. Artie Ware dips down to the inside, down the backstretch, side by side with Michael Basham going into turn 3. Basham on the outside, Ware on the inside, side by side out of 4. Completing lap number 6. A strong run early here by Artie Ware trying to get that lead, but Michael Basham holding him off for now. Pulls back ahead going into turn 3. Artie Ware settles in behind him. Lots of laps to go, but these guys are racing hard early on. 7 laps completed. As they battle on back through the field, the backstretch looks a little congested back there. A lot of cars running side by side into 3 and 4. We'll keep an eye on those guys back there. See if they can keep it straight. Meanwhile, out front, still Michael Basham with Artie Ware in the 38. Right behind him as they come up on some slower cars now. Having to slow up just a little bit. There's the 44, Connor Jarrell on the outside. Basham has to tuck way down the inside. Artie Ware coming right along with him as they work their way through some lap traffic now. Completing lap number 10. Artie Ware in that 38, keeping pace right on that bumper of Michael Basham in the 35. And they are getting ready to come into some heavy traffic, which could come into play. We'll see how the strategy works as they get ready to file their way through some of this lap traffic early on in this event. Plenty of time left. But Artie Ware now dipping down to the inside, coming out of 4. And they're side by side, and they're coming up on a lot of traffic. Got Donnie Woodard there in the 46. I believe that's Perry Whitson in the 160. And they've got a lot of traffic going into 3. Basham now right in the middle of it, going down the middle groove, out of 4, down the stripe. Artie Ware right there with him. Going to follow him right through the traffic. And they make it through that first wave and down the backstretch, but they've got a whole lot more cars right in front of them, going 2, maybe 3 wide. Look out, going really high there. scraping the wall. Kevin Willis in the 7. He made some contact. He's right there next to your leader now. Again, Basham splitting them right down that middle groove. Artie Ware putting the pressure on, looking at the inside of Basham again. Going into 3. Coming up on the 10 and the 20. Look out. 35 having to get off it a little bit. Artie Ware on the inside with the advantage now, coming across the stripe, completing lap 15. Your new leader, the 38, Artie B. Ware. Basham back to second. Still a lot of lap traffic in front of your leaders. But Artie B. Ware with a good run so far. Coming through the traffic there now. 35, Michael Basham getting slowed up a little bit by that traffic, allowing Artie to pull away a little bit. Now on back there still, you got Jake Wells in 3rd in the 13. Noah Allison 4th in the 24. Like we got a car that's pulled off there in 7. Kevin Willis into the pit area. He limps into the pits, makes it off of the racing surface. We stay green. But it's the 38, Artie Ware now, in the lead after 19 laps complete. Michael Basham in that 35, keeping a close second. Laps complete now out of 100. For the Crown Vics on the big track. So far, good, clean race by everybody. Still a long ways to go. A lot of things can happen. Looking on back there, looks like Noah Allison in the 24A has moved up into 3rd place, having a good run. Noah Allison from Anderson, Indiana. And we've got caution out for the 51. Don Fassett gets turned around there, has some issues. So our first caution of the evening, which will slow the field up and bunch them up. Scoreboard showing 24 laps complete, so basically almost a quarter of the race complete at this time. So we'll get everybody lined up and squeezed back together. Artie Ware in that 38 having a fantastic early run so far. And a good early battle with the 35, Michael Basham. Getting the lead, Basham second. And as I was mentioning at the time of that caution, Noah Allison in the 24A moving up the third with a good run. And in fourth, the 18, Brad Stifler with a really good run as well from Ohio. Jake Wills in the 13 running fifth. So race control telling me it's 26 laps complete officially out of this 100 lap event. The John Jones Auto Group Firecracker 200 weekend presented by the Washington County Tourism. Not really sure what happened to the 51, but they're talking about the race control, maybe a little slick down there in turns 3 and 4, maybe had something to do with it. Lined out. We'll get back going green flag racing here at the Salem Speedway, fueled by the Hoosier Lottery. Does look like a little bit of debris, a little fluid or something or other on turn 3. So track crew over taking care of business. The Impact Rescue Safety Team presented by Safety Clean taking care of the situation over there in turn 3. And as they work on that, track officials getting the lineup correct. We do know that Artie Ware is your leader in the 38 and looking good so far. And if you noticed here, the caution laps do count up to a certain point. So we are counting the caution laps in this 100 lap event. Here, Big Wayne, I see you out there, buddy. Good to see a lot of the good people here, the racing community out here supporting the races here tonight. We got a big schedule of events, of course, tomorrow. Just remember, fans, spectator gates open at 1 o'clock tomorrow, with practice beginning at 1:30. The Gas Series qualifying is scheduled for 4:20 and first race at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And we are very confident that we can keep that schedule going. So far, so good here tonight. We'll keep things rolling. Things were good for us last night, a little iffy, but things were pretty good. I was at the KKR kart show down in the Sports Dome in Jeffersonville. We're worried about the weather there, but it held off for us there, and so far so good here. Busy weekend in the racing community and myself. I'll be back here again tomorrow. I was scheduled for working the I-65 Speedway at Scottsburg, part of the Scott County Fair. That has been canceled, so I will be able to make the trip back up here to Salem Speedway. And I believe my old buddy Wild Will is going to make it in from Nashville, Tennessee. He's having the weekend away, sort of. You know, he's never completely away from racing. He's actually down there at Monster Jam. He takes his wife away for the weekend, and they go to Monster Jam. Yeah, that sounds like Wild Will. And then he's going to probably take a Lear jet up here real quick tomorrow so he can make it in time for the races. But he'll be here sometime to help us out a little bit. I believe even RB3 is going to help out a little bit too. So we'll be having some fun up here for sure tomorrow, calling all the action. Got the Legends in action tomorrow. Modified figure 8 scheduled. And don't forget to Of course, I am the Race 8 guy, Harold Hawk Adams, kind of filling in here this weekend. Kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, I guess, but hey, we'll make it through. Better than nothing, but I don't know. Some of y'all might not agree with that. And track officials still working on the track over there. Looks like they found a little bit more stuff over there to checking out. They're also trying to get this lineup going. A lot of cars out there, a lot of cars all shuffled around, so trying to make sure everybody is where they need to be. As you see up on the board now, 30 laps complete, 70 to go. So this time around, they'll be completing lap 32 as they continue to try to get things squared away here. We got some cars there that are kind of out of line, if you will. So got to get everybody in their correct spot, lined out and figured out. As the Eddie Gilstrap pace truck continues to pace them. And I'm pretty sure we're getting everybody about where they need to be. We're going green flag racing here pretty quickly, I would say. Been a pretty good race so far, pretty clean. So we've seen the 51 of Don Fassett have a little issue down there in turn 4. Now we're just trying to get the lineup going here. We'll be going back green flag racing soon. Yep. As soon as we get everybody in line as they should, they'll come across the stripe here and do the choose arrow, if you will, similar to the choose cone, but they got the arrow painted here near the start-finish line. They'll be able to select as they come across, inside or outside. As you see now, they are choosing their positions inside or out around that arrow. And of course, Artie Ware, your leader, choosing that outside, but Michael Basham also choosing that outside. So everybody has chosen their line here. Come across here and look. See the yellow flag waving here. We got Artie Ware, of course, on the outside. Now the 18 will be next to him on the inside, Brad Stifler. Michael Basham will be on the outside of row 2, and there's Jake Wells on the 13. He'll be on the inside of row 2. Noah Allison up there in the 3rd row on the outside. There's Paul Hartlich in the 68 on the inside. Well, it looks like we got one car that's out of line according to how they did on the choose arrow down there, the choose cone. So we got to keep them where they need to be after they went across that line and chose the inside or the outside. Somebody back there changed positions or other, and that's kind of thrown everything out of line. So I believe they got that straightened out. We're going to give one to go this time. We're going to try to turn them loose the next time around here. Firecracker 200 weekend presented by the Washington County Tourism. Getting ready to go green. Artie Ware had a good run so far. We'll see if he can continue that Michael Basham down to 35. Has been able to keep up with him a little bit. After they went through some of that traffic, kind of shuffled things up a little bit. We'll see how they do now with some wide open spaces here. But they got the 18, Brad Stifler, there on the inside. There's Jake Wells on the inside on row 2. And don't forget about Noah Allison in that 24A. Looking to go green, and there it is. We are back underway. Hardy Ware setting the pace now. You got the 18, Brad Stifler, there with a good start. He's going to settle into second place. Jake Wells third. Michael Basham now has fallen back to fourth. And you got the 68, Paul Harlich, on the board fifth now. You got Ronnie Basham back there in the 86, and there's Daniel Durrett in the 05, trying to work their way up to the front. Carter Cook also in the 59 as the 24. Noah Allison now has shuffled back a few spots. Hardy Ware in the 38 pulls away a little bit from the rest of the field. Brad Stifler in the 18. But close behind him is Jake Wells in the 13. And there's Michael Basham on the outside. Here comes Ronnie Basham, the third, on the inside now, trying to make his move. Ronnie Basham at 86. Keep an eye on him. He's trying to run that inside. Jake Wells right there on the outside. Michael Basham trying to keep up in the 35. Hardy Ware continues to lead, but that 18 Stifler is right there on him, keeping good pace, having a good run. As they come around now, this will complete lap number 43. Here comes Ronnie Basham, the third, now on the inside of the 18. Ronnie Basham now, after this restart, has looked very strong, and there he is on the inside. 86 and the 18. Battling out for second. Ronnie cannot make the pass there. Tucks in behind the 18. Jake Wells in the 13. Also right there. Running a good strong fourth. Caution out, caution out. We got a slow car in turn one. Looks like Ricky Puckett in the 14. Look out, Michael Basham losing control down the front stretch against the inside wall. Hit it 2 or 3 times and is able to keep it going. Tucks around inside into pit road and quickly down pit road and see if he can get some repairs. But he's got some major damage going on that 35. Had such a good run going early. Kind of shuffled back a little bit, but still having a pretty good run. They had the caution come out for the 14. It slowed in turn one, and then all of a sudden, not sure what happened, but the 35 was scraping up against the inside wall 2 or 3 times. So a big development here. We'll see how much damage is done to that 35 machine. The Impact Rescue Safety Team out there to check out the situation here on the front stretch. Check out for any debris and whatnot. A few things left behind from the 35. A little bit of excess baggage there. Track crew will take care of the situation as they get things lined up. 46 laps showing on the board as we near the halfway point of this 100 lapper. There you see Michael Basham in the 35 back out onto the track, amazingly. He didn't really hit the wall like a very strong impact, kind of glanced off it 2 or 3 times. You had to feel that something had to be changed a little bit on that car. Kind of straighten it out a little bit. I guess I don't know if he had to change any tires or not. Maybe the toe might be out a little bit on that thing, but he's going around testing it out now. As you see, he is taking it back on the pit road. So something's still not right on that 35 machine, and you kind of had to guess that. There, he's going to bring it on in and make some more repairs. So tough luck for Michael Basham in that 35B. And remember, these laps do count on the caution, so that could be part of the strategy here. You see his crew over there in turn 1 and 2 working on that 35B machine. As you see, they are changing that left front tire. So we're going to get some new rubber on that left front. You see him pulling away there now with the fresh tire change, and we'll try to pick back up on the tail of his field. So Hardy Ware still setting the pace at 18. Brad Stifler in the 18. He has been impressive here today. Coming all the way from Ohio and really making an impact here. Really having a good run. As you see Michael Basham there coming back into the pit area again. I believe he's trying to stay on the lead lap, doing these quick pit stops. I believe we're going to go one more time around this time, and then it's going to be the choose cone lap. Hardy Ware up front. Brad Stifler in the 18 is RB3. Ronnie Basham the 3rd, showing 3rd. Jake Wills in the 13, 4th, and Paul Hartlich rounding out your top 5 at this point. All right, looks like they did the choose cone this time around, as you see Michael Basham pull away again from his pit. Making some adjustments there as much as they can. All right, we're giving the 1 to go signal here before we go green. This will be the halfway point right here, lap 50. 50 down, 50 to go. As they come around here, you'll see Artie Ware picking that outside groove. The 18, Brad Stifler, has chosen that inside. That's where he started on the last restart, and it was good for him. So he's going to stick with it. RB3, Ronnie Basham the 3rd in that 86 on the high side in row 2. On the inside, Jake Wells in the 13 on the inside row 2. Paul Hartlich running 5th, will be on the outside row 3, and there's Carter Cook into the situation now in the 59. And also behind them, you see the 05, Daniel Dirt. And Noah Allison in the 24, all within striking distance. So we're going to bring him around this time. Eddie Gilstrap pace truck exits the track onto the PNC Bank pit road. Cars picking it up, looking to go green. Green flag's out. We're back underway. We're past the halfway point now of this 100-lap event. Artie Beware continues to set the pace. Brad Stifler at 18, right there behind him. Ronnie Basham third, Jake Wells fourth. We got a car losing control coming out of 3 and 4. The 160, he keeps it under control. Looks like he's got a right rear flat on that 160. I believe that's Perry Whitsett. He kept that car straight somehow, some way, as he'll limp around and head into the pit area. And we stay green. Stays down the low side of the track. The leaders go around high. Artie Ware puts a little bit of distance now between him and the 18. Brad Stifler is Ronnie Basham with third. In the 86, running a good third, as he is trying to find his way around that 18 machine now as he closes the gap. Completing lap number 57 now. Ronnie Basham to the inside of the 18. Makes a good move around turns 1 and 2 in the second place. Ronnie Basham the third in the second. Brad Stifler falls back to third. Ronnie Basham looks like he has a pretty sporty car right now in the second place and sets his sights on that 38 machine. .60 laps down, 40 to go for Artie Ware as he has pulled away a little bit now. A little bit of distance between him and that 86. You see some battling around and going into turn 3 over there for 5th on back. A little bit of contact. Everybody stays where they need to be and stay green. Our Hartlett's now running 5th. But he's got a lot of company behind him. Carter Cook in the 59, Chase Adams in the 34, Noah Allison in the 24, and Tyler Payne in the 41. We got a car up in the wall on turn 1, and it looks like the 35 machine again. So the 35, Michael Basham, just having all kinds of bad luck. That car, of course, was hurt from that last incident. They got him back out there, changed things around a little bit the best they could, but I'm guessing that car was not 100%. Track officials there on the scene to help out with 35 as He may or not be able to make it off the track on his own power this time. We'll see. So not the best day at the office for the 35 of Michael Basham. He had a really good run going early on. He had a really good run last year at the Halloween event for the short track, the Crown Vics on the big track. Led several of those laps. Remember, we got the lap leader bonuses going on here today. Right now, Artie Ware racking up a few bonuses as we keep ticking the laps around. So I'm sure Artie and Eric Hester counting the money up a little bit as we go around. Hoping for that big prize, though. Still a lot of laps to go. 64 showing on the board. Talking about lap leader bonuses right now, 64th lap. That's Diesel Boys, Parts and Carts. So that's where we stand at right now. Can't thank all those folks enough for all the bonus money that they put up. As you're going to see Michael Basham going to need some help off the track this time, because I would say his night is done. A good run for the 35 Michael Basham. As you see, they've moved Michael Basham's machine down to the inside part of the track. Now the cars will pace around on the outside portion of the surface. They got him down off the high bank over there and in a position to get him loaded up correctly, and they'll wheel him around there a little bit and get him into the pit area. As the cars are all lined up here, we'll get ready to do another choose cone as the board is showing 65 laps complete out of 100. All right, as they come across the stripe this time to complete lap 66. They are choosing their positions inside and outside. Already going to the outside, and Ronnie's going to go down to the inside of him. Ronnie's run pretty good on that inside. We've seen him make some passes there. The 18, Brad Stifler, on the outside, row 2. Jake Wills going to the inside. So there's your top 4 right there. Paul Hartley still running 5th. He'll be on the outside of row 3, and it looks like Noah Allison, who's kind of hanging around in that 24A. All right, looks like we got everybody lined up this time around. They come around this time, hoping to go green. We'll be completing 68 laps this next time around. We are getting deeper and deeper into this event, so maybe it's go time for some of these guys that may have held back there. Does Daniel Dirt in the 05 have anything? Carter Cook at the 59, he's back there. He's got a good car. Does he have anything? And now green flag is out. All right, they're going to throw the caution out here. Not a good start, not a good start. Hold up there, boys. 38 got quite a bit of a jump right there, so they're going to hold him up here, get a little bit better start than that. All right, race control says 1 to go at the line this time around, so that'll complete lap 70 this time around. All right, these guys getting anxious here, but it's 1 to go at the line this time. Completing lap 70. All right, 30 laps to go. It's a 30-lap sprint from this point on. So we'll see what everybody has here down the stretch. If anybody's been holding back, now is the time that they're going to make their move. We still got some pretty strong cars that have kind of laid back a little bit. Have they laid back? Or is that all they got? We'll see. But up front, Artie Ware has set the pace strong, but Ronnie Basham, the third, has looked just as strong, and they're up here in that front row. Trying to get a good start this time. This is critical. We'll see what we got here. And green flag is out. We're back on your way. At 18, Brad Stifler now shooting up in the second with a good restart there. Ronnie Basham has to settle back to third. There's Paul Hartlich down to 68 up to fourth. He's going to get into the mix. Ronnie Basham now back to the inside of the 18. Trying to get back up in the second. Making that strong move on the inside. Out of 4 down the front stretch. 73 laps complete. Ronnie Basham on the inside. Stifler on the outside. Side by side in the 3. Still side by side in the meantime. Artie Ware in the 38. Puts a little bit of distance between him and the rest of the field. There's Paul Hartlich on the inside now in the 68. Trying to make a move. A little bit of contact there, the 86 and the 18. But it's Ronnie Basham now in the second place. And we'll see if he can catch back up with the 38 Artie Ware. 75 complete, 25 to go. Artie Ware comes across, completing lap 77. And him and Ronnie Basham have pulled away from the rest of the field. They've been the strongest cars so far, and they're showing it again. Ronnie Basham now right up on the bumper of that 38 Artie Ware. Looking on back, a good battle back there still for third on back. That 18 holding third. There's Paul Hartlich fourth. Jake Wells fifth. There's Carter Cook, the 59. And Noah Allison in the 24A. There's Paul Hartlich going to the inside of Stifler. Can't make it happen. Good battle back there, third on back. And Ronnie Basham now continues to put pressure on your leader. As they come around now, completing lap 80. 20 laps to go. Ronnie Basham continues to look to that inside. He's had a lot of success on that inside. Paul Hartlich in the 68 that's looked really good here lately kind of falls back a little bit. And that pack of cars battling for third on back. But it's the 18 running third. Brad Stifler. Jake Wells is fourth. There's Noah Allison in the 24 on the high side trying to make his move now. And you see the 18 getting into some lap traffic there. Has to hit the brake a little bit. Falls back. Noah Allison in the 24 now moves up into third, having a good run. There's Jake Wells right behind him in the 13, moving up the fourth. There's Carter Cook in the 59 as well. .15 laps to go. Ronnie Basham, the third, on the inside, can't make it happen. He's looked good over there in turns 1 and 2. Couldn't make the pass that time. Ronnie Basham, the third, trying all he can to get around. Already wearing that 38. Time running down now. 14 laps remain. Setting up for a good finish here. Already wearing Ronnie Basham the third. Definitely the top 2 cars of this race, and they are up there 1 and 2. Battling it out to see who can win this Firecracker 100. Allison still running third. There's Carter Cook in the 59 up there in the 4th, having a good run. As your leaders come out of turn 4, this time it'll be lap 90. 90 down, 10 to go. It's definitely getting crunch time now. Can Ronnie Basham get around Artie Ware? The laps are ticking down. Time is a-wasting. As they come around, 9 laps to go. They'll be coming into some lap traffic too, so we have to keep our eye on that situation. It could come into play. As they continue to work that high side around the traffic safely, 8 laps remain. Ronnie Basham taking a peek to the inside right there on that rear fender of Artie Ware. Into turn 3, into turn 4. Lap cars in front of them. Look out. There's the 00, Jackson Scott. Artie will split him. Him and Jim Walter. There goes Ronnie Basham down to the inside in turn 2. Trying to make it stick down the backstretch. Can't quite keep it there. Into turn 3. Here goes Ronnie Basham again, diving down the inside, side by side out of 4. 6 laps remain, 6-lap dash at this point. Ronnie Basham running that inside, side by side down the backstretch. They got the 44 right there. They're going to split them. Artie on the outside, Basham on the inside. Basham loses a little momentum down there, allows Artie to get back out front. 5 to go. Again, lap cars right there in front of him. The 77 looks out. Artie gives him a little bump. Again, a little bump. Here comes Basham on the inside. Side by side around turns 3 and 4. Artie way up high. Coming down. 4 to go, side by side. Ronnie Basham running that inside. Artie on the inside. Wake out. Artie up into the wall. Artie all of a sudden up into the wall. Sparks are flying. Caution out. And that car just, I don't know, maybe a tire going down flat. It's definitely flat now. After hitting that wall, he smacked it a good one. But wow, what a race we had going there. Heartbreak City for the 38 with 4 laps to go. Them guys were fighting tooth and nail. And all of a sudden, they're side by side in turn two. Artie's car just veered up into the wall. And there you have it. The car there pulls into the pit area, and a lot of tough break there for the 38. And the crew there had such a good run. But wow, got to hand it to the 86, Ronnie Basham at third. He had that thing hooking up, battling on the inside, making his moves. The caution laps do not count this late in the race, so it will be stuck at 96. We're going to finish this out 4 laps on the green. So after we take a breath here and take a look at the situation, now second place is 24, Noah Allison. I've talked about him having a good run here today, and I told you he was hanging around, and there he is. He's in position there, but does he have anything for that 86? In the Halloween event, it ended up winning the thing. So we'll see how the strategy holds up. Definitely the 38 and 86 has been the cream of the crop throughout this event, but what's going to happen is last 4 laps. Does anybody have anything for that 86? We're going to find out here momentarily. One more time around, we're going to turn them loose. All right, car's picking it up now. We'll see what happens here. Are we going to get green flag here? Probably not. Carter Cook. We're going to hold that up, of course. Hold them up, hold them up. 59, Carter Cook. Definitely very anxious to get a good start, no doubt. But a little bit too much of a good start that time, so got to have a fair start here. One to go this time, one to go. Get everybody settled down. 4 laps to go, a 4-lap shootout. This guy's been out there a while now, so this is the end of it. Want to have a good finish. These guys all had good runs. They're still out there, still got all 4 tires on the car. Don't want to make any bad mistakes at this point. Get you a good finish. But everybody wants that first place prize. Anybody up there in the first 4 rows or so all have a shot at it. We'll see what happens. Looking for a good start. Looking good so far. Ronnie Basham, Carter Cook. Green flags are waving. Here we go. Carter Cook in the 59 with a good start there. Jumps out to the lead. Ronnie Basham now having a little trouble back there on the outside. Look out. Off the pace, he gets bumped around. Look out, there goes the 41, Tyler Payne, spinning around in turn 3. Caution, caution, caution. So a major development here going on. This is quite unexpected here. Ronnie Basham did not have a good start there and was well off the pace back there and got bumped around. The 41 got the worst of it as far as getting spun around, and there you see the 86 down pit road. So the 41, Tyler Payne, still out there, but he's got all kinds of stuff hanging off of that car. He's going to have to take it to the pits. And we got Ronnie Basham now pitting over there to see what's going on with that machine. So a wild finish here again. And there you see Noah Allison in the 24 down pit road. We talked about there. He's got a right rear flat. So a lot going on here in the late stages of this event. Noah Allison to the pits. So we're looking at the 59, Carter Cook in the lead at this point. Had a good start there on that restart. And there's Jake Wells. We talked about him, what happened to him last year. He is right there second. And there's the 18. He's still battling out there. Brad Stifler from Ohio hanging in there. And on back, you got the 68, Paul. All right, 1 to go. They're going to do the choose here. All right, Carter Cook on the 59 to the outside. Jake Wells in the 13 going down to the inside. Brad Stifler in the 18 will be on the outside row 2. The 68, Paul Hartlich, will be on the inside row 2. So we're looking to go green this time around. It's still four laps to go. And are we going to get a start this time? I don't know. Carter Cook with the lead down the backstretch. Brad Stifler in the 18 is right there second, and Jake Wells third. 3 laps remain now. Carter Cook in the 59. Brad Stifler, who's had a good run all day on the short track and the big track, is right there in striking distance on the bumper. Jake Wells right there with him. Those 3 have kind of pulled away from the rest of the field. 2 to go this time around. The 18 right on that bumper. Jake Wells right there too. 1, 2, and 3. 18 on the bumper. Down to the inside. He drives down in turns 3 and 4. way down low. Loses a lot of momentum there. White flag waving. Jake Wells moves up into second. One time around. Carter Cook into 59. Can he hold on? Jake Wells now down the backstretch into 13. Going to make one more attempt here. The final turns. Coming out of 4. The winner will be 59 Carter Cook. Jake Wells second. Brad Stifler third. Par Hartlich, I believe, fourth. Wow, what a race again, fans. These Crown Vics putting on a well of a show on the big track once again. Lots of things happening in that race there, especially down the stretch. But I'm going to make my way down here in a moment to get some interviews going on here. We thank everybody for showing up. Be careful. If you're coming back tomorrow, remember 5 o'clock start time for the race beginning. And hey, how about your winner? He's coming across here now, 59, Carter Cook. His tires lasted. It may not be lasting now, but he won, so it don't matter at this point. 59 is your victor.
Your shirt right here in my hand. So I gotta be able to hold on to myself first. Because
All right, let's see. Yeah, we got some energy here. All right. While he's getting the picture there, Ricky Puckett putting in some laps here as the rain getting ready to move in. Let's talk to Jake Wells here a little bit. Jake, it was almost like last year. I think you were thinking, I'm just going to do like I did last year and wait. But, boy, you had a good run there. What do you think about that race?
Oh, I had an absolute blast. First of all, I got to thank Nectar Mattress for everything that you guys have done for me. Diesel Boys, Brandon Hooker, Gambler's Garage, Daniel Durrett, the whole team down there. Big shout out to them. They helped build this car. And then, all in all, man, I was smiling ear to ear watching that boy wheel that damn car.
I tell you what, it was an exciting race there, no doubt. Again, you survive it, have a good run. Congratulations, Jake.